I was doing a little reading into the history of my county here during the War of Northern Aggression. I refuse to call it a civil war because it was not a civil war, it was a war of secession. The southern states wanted to leave the United States. At the time, it was a economic situation that the relationship benefited the northern states at the expense of the southern states, and those southern states were just unhappy with it. And it was known at the time that it was voluntary per the Constitution. It was voluntary for states to be involved in the U.S. But when they decided to secede, um, the powers that be in Washington decided that was not acceptable and that they were going to prevent it with force. Now, the state of Arkansas itself did not join the Confederacy immediately, right off the bat. They were not interested in seceding from the Union. It was only after the Northern invasion happened and they saw the atrocities that were being committed that the state of Arkansas then decided to join in the cause, because it was brutal. The Northern armies invading through were commanded to just ravage. I mean, they burned towns and cities to the ground. Any crops were set on fire. Any livestock and domestic animals were killed. Rape and pillaging. I mean, it was just every atrocity that could have been committed was committed towards the Southern people. I've seen people make lists of who they believe are the worst presidents in U.S. history. And for me, the number one on that list is a very easy one. I mean, for all the faults of all the other presidents, I can't think of any others besides Abraham Lincoln, who ordered the murder of hundreds of thousands of American civilians. So that's an easy one for me for who's worst. But here in this county, really almost nothing of any note happened. And the reason why is because there's just simply no population centers here that are of any value to someone seeking power. And when bad times come, that's exactly where you want to be, is where there is no power centered at. Population centers always attract power because people who want control over other people are obviously going to be attracted to places where there are simply more people for them to control. I mean, that is what politicians are all about. By definition, I don't care which side of the aisle they're on, just the fact that they are running for office means that they want to control other people. Because if they did not want to control other people, they would simply not be running for office. A lot of people argue that there are some politicians that are really trying to do the right thing. And honestly, those are the ones that scare me the most, because they actually believe deep down inside that they know what is best for everybody else. All 350 million people in this country, they know what is best for all of them. That is the peak of arrogance to me. So when somebody believes I have the answer for the way everything should be done, that's really scary. That's an idealist. That's when tyranny comes about, and you see it from all sides of the political spectrum. For me, I'd rather just avoid powerful people altogether, whether it's politicians or management in corporations. The same thing. Anywhere where there's power, they're going to try to swing that power around and use it against people. And when you get caught up in it, things are out of your control. Whatever other people decide is going to be forced upon you if you happen to be caught in that situation. So it's my personal opinion, if you want for you and your family to live a peaceful, quiet life, just be where there is no power centered at. We've all seen the war movies, be it Saving Private Ryan or something like that. Well, where does all of the fighting and altercations occur at? It seems like it's always in towns and cities and that. And even when it does happen in the countryside, it's usually while these forces are traveling on a road that connects population center A and population center B. You know, that connecting road, things happen. So what farms and villages along the way get hassled are the ones that are visible from that pathway. So the way I see it, don't be visible from these roads that connect population centers. Be off somewhere else where we're just, it's not worth it for any powerful force to even bother coming near you. Hopefully they just don't even know you're there. That's the best place to be. You know, whether it was Europe during World War II or the 1860s here in the U.S., there were people who were just left alone and nothing really happened to them just because they were just out away from powerful people in powerful places. I guess that's what I'm saying, my message here. You want happiness, you want peace and quiet, you want to live freedom, you want to live under liberty. You want to make decisions in your own life, in the lives of your family, and not be swept up by what other people force upon you. You simply have to be away from power. Now, a close friend of mine was telling me that she thinks my videos end really abruptly without any kind of warning. So I'm here telling you that this video is about to come to a conclusion.